Alright, here we go. Good evening, Mr. Aaron. May I take your coat? Only if I can take your dress, I would rather keep my coat. No, I think I will keep my coat. Are you sure, Mr. Aaron? It looks soaked through. Quite sure. You're new, aren't you? Sophia is my name. I recognize you from your pictures. I'm not new. I've been employed. It's just that you never visited before. Offended. Just what are you trying to say? Whether or not I visit my family is my own business. I would expect better manners from a servant. Oh, I'm sorry if I offended you, Mr. Aaron. I was not my intention. It was not my intention, I promise. You're here now, and I'm sure you're eager to meet with the others. Yes, I am. I know my way around the damn house. Oh, yeah. Let's be... I know my way around the damn house. Thank you. Thank you for your help, Sophia. You're very welcome, Mr. Aaron. I will be in the kitchen preparing dinner. Okay. So, my plan is... Yeah, you go into the kitchen, you do that. My plan is to grab the shotgun. I even wonder if I even have to talk to anyone in here. In this house. That would be an interesting way to do this. Your parents' room hasn't changed in years. I don't want to talk to my dad because it's gonna cause a huge concern. It only seems you slide the top drawer open that you remember this is where your father keeps his shotgun. Take the shotgun. Oh, yeah. Remember, you can only pick 2 items. Yes, I'm sure. Yes. It makes me feel godlike to have such a powerful weapon. Okay. So... Sister. She could try to kill herself. Right, we wanted to make it seem like she kills herself. That is my plan. This is gonna be an entirely suicide run. She kills herself with the shotgun. That would be interesting, I guess. Alright, let's talk to our sister. First thing first. Alright, the surreal atmosphere of this room. Hello, sister. How are you doing? I smell the rat. Have you come to see me, little rat? I'm not the rat. I'm your brother. How are you feeling? Hello, Jennifer. How have you been? How have I been? What an odd for a little rat to ask. Normally they just ask, squeak, squeak. You used to have a pet rat, didn't you? Remember what I did to him? Oh, how he squeaked. Such great pain for such a little creature. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy shooting her head off. Anyway, Mother seems to be very worried about you. My condition? What condition? I don't have a condition. You want to have me sent away, don't you? Well, it won't work. It won't, I tell you. Go away. I don't want to speak to you anymore. Okay. Well, it was certainly interesting. An evidence item that I could get. I wouldn't need shotgun shells, because I wouldn't know what other thing... to grab. If I just shoot her head off with the shotgun, right? We're gonna have the problem that... I have no evidence planted anywhere else. You're from a bedroom, now a simple guest room. We should have a look here real quick. Your own fencing sword. Leave the sword because we already have something else. I'm gonna have a quick look in this wardrobe. Vacant and barren. And bedside table has been emptied of what other items you had left behind. What about my little chair? You don't have any time to sit around. Let's have a quick look at my bed. The old bed, so many memories of long sleepless nights spent wishing that your entire family would disappear. Oh yes, I bet. Okay. So, oh, what's going on with this thing? I wonder if I can hide something in here. Another of your mother's blasted plans. This ornate lamp is of no use to you. Okay, let's see what we can find in the bedroom. We got the shotgun, right? There is just some jewelry in there. What's under the bed by any chance? But you find nothing in there. Just an old chair. Oh, right. Memories. I forgot. There are the memories. Well, the memories, we've already seen that one. Where we talk about my sister killing my rat, and I will not forgive her. Understandable, so. So the shotgun itself, I mean, I kind of like it as a weapon. We're gonna go into the kitchen. Walk into the pantry, you begin to salivate at the promising scent of roast beef coming from the kitchen. What's going on with this thing? Nothing interesting. Take the rat poison. Oh, rat poison. That's actually really interesting. I wonder if I can put the rat poison. Leave it where it is right now. If I can use it as a murder weapon. You find nothing of particular among the items in this cabinet. That's quite alright. Well, let's talk to our maid. We're gonna have to plant the suspicion that my sister wanted to kill herself. Mr. Aaron, is there something I can do for you? I want to ask something about your time here. Actually, I wanted to ask you something about working for my family. How do you deal with my father's temper? What it's like working for my insane sister? Does my mother treat you well? Has George been bothering you? I can't be easy working for someone as mentally unstable as my little sister. Miss Jennifer can be unpredictable at times, but that only makes the day more interesting. She hasn't done any harm lately. Only herself, I think. Since arrived, she seems to do nothing but sit at her writing desk in the drawing room all day. Apparently that wasn't the case before. I certainly hope I haven't done anything to cause it. I'm sorry. I must get back to work now. I will ring the bell. Kind of intrigued. That is a knife, which might become interesting later. You have no reason to interfere with the saucepans. What's going on with the fireplace? There's nothing especially notable about this fireplace. Okay. I need some item of evidence, and I don't know what that could be. I'm going to roam around in this room and see if I can find something. There's nothing on this old lectern. You managed to force open the locked drawer. Poetry. Love letters penned to an unidentified female. From the descriptions, you would guess it's the new mate. Take one of the poems. Are you sure you want to take the poem? You remember you can only pick 2 objects. Okay. You take the most intimate and love-lorn poem you can find and hide it on your person. If planted in the right location, this could raise interesting questions about the mate relationship with your sister. You know what? Maybe we can make the sister a claim to kill herself because she was so in love with the sister. Again, the bell invites me. We're gonna point out their relationship over dinner because that's certainly a thing we can do. Sophia, could you come here for a moment? All right, Sophia. Let's see if we can pull that off. This is really interesting. Yes, ma'am. Pour me some more wine. Yes, ma'am. But madam, yes, George. I don't care about their issue. I must protest. It has always been my duty. Well, I don't want to cause any trouble. Okay, so don't you think he had enough, mother? He just wants to look down your dress. Jeez. Come on, let George pour the wine. It's his job. You stay out of it, boy. If your mother wants the girl to pour the damn wine, then the girl will pour the damn wine. Of course, sir, my apologies. And a fearing little rat, isn't he, daddy? Yes, he is. Okay, not now. Don't lose your temper, father. Careful, father. There's no need to make a scene at dinner. I'll show you a scene. Get over here. Malcolm, please, let's not permit this behavior to ruin dinner. Yes, I suppose you're right. You can count your lucky stars, boy. Sophia, could you come here, please? Okay. This is the interesting part. Yes, Miss Jennifer? I just wanted to say that was the loveliest meal, you cunning pixie. You're too kind. Okay. So, you're good to me, you sweet thing, so very, very good to me. Sophia isn't interested in your advances, sister. Yes, let's go with that. Leave the girl alone with your sister. She's obviously not interested in your advances. Shut up, Red. You ruin everything. Aaron, don't accuse your sister of such things. That's quite enough. Anyway, let's not forget why we're here today. The birthday. Yes, happy birthday, Daddy. Indeed, happy birthday, Father. Let's hope it will be one to remember. Yes, when she blows out her brain, it will be fantastic. Now's the time to quickly blend any items of evidence you have. Okay, so we have the love letter, which I will be placing in the maid's room. So her sister gave her one, or maybe something like that. Dusty old wine cellar, yes. We'll be going into the maid's room. Plop. Fantastic. Oh, there's a bottle on the shelf. Haven't seen it before. Nothing of interest in the maid's supplies. Okay, here we will be placing items. Oops, save item. Nope. Items. Poem. Yes, a bad poem written. Come hither, thou sweet and flame-haired maiden. Let us play the games which have been forbidden. Industrial rooms of this home in which I live in, come hither to me and do my sweet bidding. You find yourself unable to continue reading this poem, you're pretty sure that forbidden isn't a word, and that the rest doesn't really rhyme. Do you want to plant this item in this room? Yes. Okay, you decide to conceal this item underneath the maid's pillow. This ought to be quite incriminating. Okay. I mean, it shouldn't be incriminating to the sister, to the maid, maybe. The mate wouldn't kill the sister for getting that, but maybe the mate will commit suicide if that happens. Let's see about that. Wait, actually, let's talk to the mate before that. I wonder if I can do that. Let's have a quick talk with her. I wonder if that actually works. Hey there, how's it going? The maid gives you an exasperated glance as she cleans some pots and pans. She's obviously too busy for idle chatter. Okay, we can talk after dinner anymore. It doesn't affect it anymore. And I will be in my mother's room. Are you sure you want to enter the drawing room? Once inside, there's no turning back. Yes. Okay. You see Jennifer staring out the window ahead of you, lost in one of her strange moods. Well then. Choose the— oh shit. Oh, okay. We used a shotgun. I actually instantly clicked without looking. Your sister doesn't seem to notice the audible click as you turn on the safety and off the safety and aimed a shotgun squarely at the back of her head. You know your father always keeps it ready and loaded. Back of the head, that... Okay. Suicide, not possible. As you pull the trigger, the kick surprises you, but your aim is true enough. The shot impacts with the back of her head and blood sprays on the opposite wall. You drop the shotgun on the ground, someone will hear very surely. You don't have much time to escape this room. Oh shit, only 3 seconds? Okay, let's go to the kitchen then. You can't go that way, you hear the maid coming. Damn it, she's going to see me. Ah, damn it, she saw me. Did you hear that, Mr. Aran? Oh no! Okay, I don't think we're gonna be able to pull that one off. Damn it, the friggin' maid saw me. Biggest problem. I'm curious what happens though. Good evening, I'm Chief Inspector Winston Lewis. The problem is, if she gets shot in the back of her head, that's definitely not suicide. We would have put it in her mouth. So suicide with a shotgun, impossible. Anyway, yes, we want to see. First we're gonna have the interview with the professor. Inspector. I'm gonna move past that because this is where it gets interesting. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Bruce. I'm sure this won't take long. Before we begin, I will need to search your person. Best to get those formalities out of the way. Is this really necessary? I didn't ask for this. I'm afraid so. Turn around, please. Now that's out of the way, let's move on to the interview. As you know, I've already spoken to everyone else. We have also completed our initial search. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? First of all, we will run through all the activities since your arrival. The maid says that you and the butler arrived shortly after 7 o'clock and she greeted you at the door. She told me that you refused to give her your coat. She found that quite peculiar. I prefer to keep my possessions with me. I wasn't sure how long I would be staying. I failed to see how this is relevant. I didn't want to get cold. It was wet. I prefer to keep my possessions with me. I had a few things in my coat that I wanted to keep close to hand, my wallet, keys and such. I suppose that's reasonable. Okay. Good call. Sophia told me that you seemed quite abrasive at times during our conversation with her. I found her behaving very irritating. The journey had left me in a bad mood. Just been through a very long journey. The weather in particular had left me in a foul mood and I was felt very bad about my behavior afterwards. Well, I can understand that. I can't stand this foul weather either. Later, you went to speak to the maid again, which is curious. Why did you decide to visit the kitchen? Isn't it obvious I was pursuing the maid to make sure my family was treating her well? Or to see when dinner was ready. Sure, let's see about that. I had some concerns about the way she was being treated. My family can be hard on the new staff sometimes. That seems like a good reason. I agree. She said that you spoke about your sister and her deteriorating mental states. The maid seemed really very concerned about my sister. That makes no sense. It was just small talk, really. We didn't have much else to talk about. Nothing of consequence was said. I see, let's move on then. I know that you did not stop to chat with either your parents when you arrived, which strikes me as peculiar indeed. It makes me wonder what else you were doing that was so important. Damn it! Did you speak with your sister before dinner? Yes, I did. I went to her room to see her. What did you discuss with her? We discussed her illness and her obsessions. We spoke about her condition. I was aware that she was going through a particularly difficult time. Did she seem distressed to you? Yes, you could say that. She was not in a good mood place, mentally speaking. I see. Let's move on to the events that took place during dinner. I understand there was an argument involving the butler. He was treated unfairly. My family always treats the servants poorly. I was just trying to stir up things. No, that never happened. Okay, they always treat servants poorly. Someone has to stand up for the servants around here. My family treats them like dirt. Indeed, it was very good of you to do so, Sir Bruce. I gather that your father rather lost his temper at one point. Just the usual, he always loses his temper. That was nothing out of the ordinary. Your father often loses his temper at dinner? He loses his temper no matter where he is. I see. Apparently you accused your sister of making unwanted advances towards the maid. Well, someone needed to talk to her about it. It was a silly, regrettable accusation. It was a silly, regrettable accusation. You know what, let's say that. I was just teasing my sister, that's all. I see, let's move on then. Now I need to ascertain your location at the time of your sister's death. Where were you when you heard the maid scream? I was on the ground floor. In the dining room. That's where I was, because the friggin' woman saw me. Yes, the maid mentioned seeing you in there. That does put you quite close to the scene of the murder, I'm afraid. Damn it. As I said earlier, we have completed our initial search of the property. We found a poem written by your sister which appears to be clearly express romantic feelings towards the maid. Given that we found it in the maid's room, we can be sure that she had read it. Perhaps it is proof that the two of them were involved in a secret relationship that would make her a suspect. I will certainly have more questions for her at least. I'm curious about the murder weapon. The shotgun which was found used to murder your sister was owned by your father. Obviously, he knew how to use it. However, this could have just easily been a suicide. It's hard to say. It was shot in the back of the head, you moron! You cannot... How are you gonna do that with a shotgun? You're just gonna be... I couldn't even, like... Maybe with a pistol if you're really good, but not a shotgun. That thing is long, the barrel. You can't put it in the back of the head. It's all very interesting. I will be completely honest with you now, Mr. Bruce. Oh no. While some of your behavior this evening has been peculiar, I can find no reason for any no significant suspicion. All summers regard your father as a suspect, even though the evidence is far from conclusive. I also think the evidence surrounding the maid might be worth another look. Despite her condition, I don't believe your sister committed suicide. Now, as for what happens next, you can go for now, but I would appreciate if you did not leave town. I have more questions for you later. Yes. Although, I think I will have some more questions for your father later. Oh, yes. I think another interview with the maid will be required also. A verdict of suicide seems unlikely, I'm afraid. Yeah, it was a shotgun in the back of the head. So did we do it? Did we do it? Did we get away with it? Although the inspector harbored suspicions about you, you were not brought in for further questioning. Your father was taken for questioning and initially became the prime suspect, but it was determined that there was no sufficient evidence to lead to an arrest. You had gotten away with murder, it seemed. However, you had not given them sufficient reason to suspect anyone else either, and your father harbored suspicions of his own. Some years later, you were surprised to see his obituary in a national newspaper and horrified to learn that he had given his estate and possessions to a trust organization. You had committed this foul act for nothing, and now there was nothing at all to give you comfort in a long night when the demons of your past came to haunt you. Okay, so we were not successful in terms of gaining the estate, which would be awesome. I would really like to gain the estate. But I like the suspicion. I really do like that. So, if we can frame the maid properly, and the poem really did do well, we might be able to actually get that. Or I fully blame my father. I just don't know how I would... Oh, I know what we're gonna do in the next one. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Weasel. I'm out and I hope to see you around. Bye-bye! Things up there happen. The mountainous region near the eastern border is unlawful and unruly. I don't care, or what are the options? Tell me about the options, actually. To get appoint Sir Henry to govern that region and make him pay for their privilege. Wouldn't mind some money? Yeah, sure. Sounds good.